Welcome back to Montana this morning. The time now is 6:30. Joining us here in studio, we have Governor Greg Gianforte. So good to see you here in person.
It's great to be back, Victoria.
I've only seen you on TV so many times, during the past year. But let's go ahead and jump into the one thing that's on everyone's mind right now, the heat. I mean, we have some pretty extreme days coming up today and the next few days. So what's the state's response and how are we approaching this?
Well, we can't do a lot about the weather. I will say going into this weekend, we have severe drought conditions. This is having devastating effects on our ag producers. Right. It's affecting tourism. And again, we can't control the weather or people's actions. I'm just asking people going into this 4th of July weekend, please be careful out there, particularly if you have your hands on any fireworks. We have to be very careful. This fire, the Robertson Draw fire just south of here, I was down there last week. That was human caused. Most of these fires are human caused. We're just asking folks to be careful when they're out because it's very dry and it's very hot. Yeah,
some great advice there. And connected to the weather, the wildfires, like you just mentioned, I actually hear that you were excluded from a pretty important meeting. What happened with that?
Well, President Biden brought together Western governors, but we didn't get an invitation. So yesterday I joined with Brad Little from Idaho. He also was not invited, nor was Doug Ducey from Arizona. 3 of the states that have some of the largest fire fighting needs. So we joined together, Brad Little and I, and sent the president a letter just outlining our policies and the fact that we need to collaborate with federal agencies. And we're in Montana, we're taking a very aggressive approach to firefighting. We have good reserves in place. I've met with the U.S. Forest Service locally, BLM, our DNRC at the state. We're ready for this season, but it's drier than it's been. So again, the message is please be careful when you're out there. These fires get away. And people don't really realize we've had over 800 fires in Montana since January 1st. Only 3 of them got away from us. The teams have been doing a great job, but they're starting early, and I just want to say thank you. We don't want to wear them out.
Yeah, we do have a long summer ahead of us. So since you were excluded from that, I mean, do you see any federal help coming to Montana to help out with those wildfires?
Well, we get help from the federal agencies all the time. I wish that we had been included because I think a better collaboration always helps. I've had meetings with the head of the Regional Forest Service here, the BLM, and at a local level we're collaborating well. I just wish we had more collaboration with the federal, the White House.
That's interesting. Is it a political thing, or
there were Democrat governors invited, a couple of Republican governors, but they excluded 3 states. I don't know why.
Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, let's finish off by talking about COVID-19. You made the big announcement yesterday. State of emergency is now over. What do you see for the future of our state?
Well, this is big news, Victoria. I mean, we Montanans have been resilient this last year. It's been a tough year. But I want to be clear, Montana's open for business, and that's good news. So yesterday we rescinded the statewide emergency that I put in place in January, and I can't think of better news going into Independence Day than the fact that we're out from under this. It was a dark tunnel. The light was dim and distant. But now we're out in the sunlight and we're on the other side of this. It's time to get back to normal.
Yeah, and I've noticed a lot of people getting back into that normal mindset. I have my vaccination. I know some who don't that are maybe acting like they have their vaccination. Do you have anything to say to those folks who are kind of being carefree this whole time?
Yeah, it's a personal choice as to whether you get it. I chose to get vaccinated. I think these vaccinations are safe and effective. And I encourage people to consider getting a vaccination because it's the way we're going to build resiliency to this going forward. The virus is not gone. It's just gotten to a level where we don't have to take the precautions we were taking before.
Very true. All right. Well, Governor, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. We really appreciate your time and stopping by to visit us.
It's so good to see you.
Thank
you.
Yes. We'll be right back after this.